In a few words, I'm ready to believe again. James Gunn, I'd love to say I never doubted you, but I'd be lying. Still, you delivered. You gave me something that I not only enjoyed, but something that I can publicly announce I enjoyed without an overhanging cloud of shame or regret or a twinge of embarrassment quieting my voice as I say those very words. Genuinely, that is the first time in my lifetime I can say that about a Superman movie. And that's meaningful to me. Not because Superman is the comic book character that I value the most or my favorite superhero, but because of what Superman represents. Superman as a character is supposed to be our ideals and values. He's meant to represent the very best of what we as people can be. His best stories are always about that. He's not just physically our peak, but morally and ethically. He's someone who's supposed to be a literal beacon of hope, both for the people who take part in his stories and for the people who are given the opportunities to read or watch or in some way experience them. And David Corn Sweats and James Gunn's Superman is just that. He was created with love and care and earnestness and sincerity and an unabashed pride in what the character means at a fundamental level. And because of that, the movie works. The movie reels you in and gets you to connect with Superman as a character. You can't help but smile at this cornball as he does his little dance with Jimmy Olsen or saves a squirrel of all things from being stomped on by a kaiju. Or even within that very same battle, he tries everything he can to save that rampaging kaiju. Because Superman is a person that cares about all life and all beings, even when it would be easier and more pragmatic to not care. He's a character that constantly chooses to care. He cares for his friends, he cares for Metropolis, he cares for the whole world. Because fundamentally, he wants to care. He wants to do good. And it was so clear that the movie knew this and wanted us to know it too. Not only that, it wanted us to connect with Superman and feel that same desire for goodness that is so innate to his being. And for my money, it succeeded in doing this. Every time Superman saved someone, there was a spark of joy. And every time he grieved a person he couldn't save, there was my regret right alongside his. I bought into the movie every step of the way, and this made its themes and character moments hit that much harder for me. Because yeah, as of late, it has been easy to be doom and gloom. It has felt impossible to want to put ourselves out there for every single problem as they continue to pile up. Minor or major, every single time the world spits another one out. So the hard thing, the real uncommon thing, the alternative thing, the punk rock thing, is to find a way to care in spite of all that. To have that as your message and to have that message land, that's a testament to your ability as a storyteller and filmmaker, and to the cast and crew for being able to bring these ideas to life in a genuine way. Now look, the narrative itself is certainly rather blatant and forward. It absolutely moves at a breakneck pace because of how much it's aiming to accomplish inside its roughly 2 hours. And you can certainly feel this as the movie's going on. You never really spend much time on one thing. Characters are hardly introduced, which for the core cast isn't strictly necessary, because honestly, everyone should know who Lex Luthor and Lois Lane and Clark Kent and Jimmy Olsen are by now. We should be spending time exploring their relationships, their dynamics. A perfect example of this is the interview between Superman and Lois. It does so much simultaneously. It tells you who Superman is as a hero and a character. It tells you who Lois is as a reporter. It informs you to their relationship dynamic and sets up their central romantic conflict. It even gives a brief but resonant ethical argument for a not-so-subtle stand-in genocide taking place in their universe that parallels our own. And side note, but I appreciate just how hand-wringing everyone gets about Superman's actions to save the Palestinians. It, to me, is very on the nose, but it is painfully true to life. The defense of what is happening to the victim nation in this movie is just as rotten as the defenses of Israel's actions are in our world now. Should we be relying on comic book media to say these things? No. But is it valuable that it does this? Absolutely. Any support is good support, especially when the voice of the icon superhero is on the side of life and innocence. There's probably an entire thesis I could write on this particular part of the film's plot, but you're here for the movie review, so I'll back off for the time being. Just know that I am of the same mind as Superman here, and if you personally are not, please exit the video now. Bye. Anyway, back to the success and quality of the film. It does so many things well. It creates fan favorite characters like Jimmy and Mr. Terrific. It creates truly vile villains who are somehow palpable, with Lex Luthor and his gang of tech support drones. It has engaging and dynamic actions that flesh out characters in every scene. Whether it be Mr. Terrific and his fears, or Guy Gardner and his endless middle fingers, or even Hawkgirl and her ferocious, intense aggression. There's so much style and distinction in the way each individual character moves. Even the way Lex dictates actions to Ultraman informs so much about his mania and his obsession in certain moments. Honestly, the more I think about Superman, the happier I am. It just does everything it needs to do. It does it with love, and it does it so well. Every actor and actress knocked their role out of the park. The casting was fantastic, and everyone came to play. Nothing ever feels like it punches down or disrespects the audience or the material. It's earnest and true to the characters, and it is above all proud of itself. Again, I can't harp on how important this is to me personally. There was previously a huge chunk here about how fundamentally altered I was in a negative way when I saw Batman vs. Superman in 2016. In the interest of being more like the Superman of the film I just saw and adored so much, I've removed that segment. Instead, here are some more praises I wanted to sing of 2025 Superman. Here's some things it gives to me that made it such a great experience. It gives me a musical score that swells with emotions of every moment. It gives me heroes who are lovable and genuine and sincere and want to save people. It gives me a supporting cast that actually supports and uplifts Superman and reminds him of the hero he is meant to be and the good man that he has chosen to become. It gives me a Lex Luthor who I hate and just eats up every scene he's in with his pure vileness. It gives me a good movie. A movie I'm happy to have seen, and a movie that makes me grin when I think back on it. A movie I'm hoping to see again and again. A movie that has me wanting to make the world a better place in even the smallest of ways. So, go see Superman. Buy into the hype. Get your dose of hopium. See a damn good movie. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But the important thing is that it's trying, and it wants you to enjoy yourself, and you can feel that. I give Superman 3.5 out of 5 stars, and I give it a strong recommendation. Bask in the warmth of yellow sunlight. Let yourself be rejuvenated by a character brought back to life on the big screen. See Superman. Until next time.